What's up, fuckers, and welcome back to another rebuild challenge here on NBA 2K22 Next Gen. Today we're doing another one of the trading every player rebuilds. The way these go is before the start of year number one, I have to trade everybody on the active roster, and at no point in time can I have them back at any point throughout this video, and obviously the goal is to win a championship. We're doing the New York Knicks today. So the only thing we're doing a little bit different today is I'm actually going to choose the trades that we're making before we do start sim year number one with the way this roster is right now. Some of you guys said maybe go ahead and choose the trades. Some of you guys I know like it when I don't have any say. So what I need from you guys right now, down below in the comment section, please let me know, do you like it better when I choose the trades of like who I'm trading for before we just do start sim year number one, or do you like it totally random, eyes closed, whatever you want to call it? Please let me know that down below in the comment section before we do the next one of these. And finally, as always, you guys are new around here, man, feel free to join the community, hit that sub button. As always, you guys get any other video ideas, feel free to leave those down below in the comment section as well. You guys have given me some pretty good challenges, so this will probably be our last trading every other player rebuild, or trading every player rebuild, maybe for a couple videos, something like that. And then, of course, we'll hop right back into them. But without further ado, man, we're going to try to get the Knicks a championship. Let's get into it. All right, so I'm sure the majority of you do know what the Knicks roster basically looks like. It's pretty simple. We can kind of just show you guys quickly. Of course, I'm not really going to go over it because we're not going to have any of these guys, but feel free to pause at any moment that you wish. These guys are all obviously getting traded. So let's get into this one right now. We're going to start off with a bang, and I can mix and match whoever I want because I can choose today. So Julius Randle, Derrick Rose, we are going to go ahead, move the both of you. I'm actually a little bit surprised D Rose is an 83 overall. Finally, I'm a little bit of respect, if you will. We'll scroll through these. Paul George is definitely a little enticing. John Collins and Capella does fill two needs in a front court that really he's not going to have anybody once we move on from Randle and Robinson. So let's just keep flowing, see if we see if we find anybody worth making a pretty big move to start off this video. I'm a little intrigued with Karl-Anthony Towns. He's not a guy I trade for a lot. He's obviously only 25 years old, probably one of the better young centers in the entire league. We also get rid of Taj Gibson here. We do get Pat Beverly. It's kind of a lot for Karl-Anthony Towns, but Kat, welcome to the New York Knicks. RJ Barrett and Evan Fournier are going to be the next two guys we move here. Obviously, we can look at basically whatever we want and hopefully find the right fit for this team. Ooh, this with the Magic, Cole Anthony and Jonathan Isaac. That would save us probably a lot of money in the long run if we were to pull off a trade like that. Brandon Ingram's also an offer. Christian Wood, DeJounte Murray, who should be an all-star this year. I'm really hoping he ends up being one. But we're going to go ahead. We're going to take this deal here with the Orlando Magic. It sucks getting rid of RJ Barrett, but at the end of the day, we get two really nice young pieces that I think are hopefully going to contribute to a championship. So we have our point guard, our power forward, and Isaac, and our center figured out here. We're not done making moves, though. Next two off the board are going to be Mitchell Robinson and Kemba Walker. Kemba Walker's been, a little iffy, obviously, for the New York Knicks. He really wasn't supposed to come in and be the, be-all, end-all. He wasn't supposed to save the franchise or anything like that, but he definitely has been a little bit disappointing, him and Evan Fournier as well. Miles Bridges is here. What's his contract looking like? Does it expire after this year? It does. That's the only reason I'd be a little nervous on something like that, paying him like star money when I guess I don't know if this team actually has enough stars to win right now. TJ Warren also here. We kind of run into the same problem of the contract expiration right there. Christian Wood, we just don't really need. Kelvin Johnson is here. Hypothetically, maybe could move him to that small forward spot. But I don't know, man. I'm a little bit confused on which way I want to kind of go about this. You know what? I think I'm going to do this one here with Bridges. I think we're going to take Bridges and PJ Washington. I don't mind paying Bridges for now, at least. So we're going to try to move Miles Bridges down to the small forward spot. His overall, yeah, it stays exactly the same. So he's going to be our starting small forward. We basically only don't have our shooting guard at this point. So I'm going to do, who do I want to include in this deal? I'll throw in Obi Toppin. Is anybody else in this team making a decent amount of money? Like Quentin Grimes. All these, if I do three at a time, no. I was going to say they should low-key have a little bit of trade value together, but we'll see. Obi Toppin, Quentin Grimes going to be my next two. Obviously, we don't really have a shooting guard at the moment. Chris Duarte's here. Not a bad option whatsoever. He's going to be a 77 overall for us here. Obviously, he had been one of the better rookies in the 2021 NBA draft so far. Chris Duarte. Honestly, why not? Chris Duarte, welcome to the team. Also picking up TJ McConnell. We should have a few more left, I believe. Alec Burks, and then we do have to do Nerlens Noel, and then I see Quickly down there as well, and I believe we might have a couple more. Kevin Knox is definitely a guy we have to move. So we got to work on our bench a little bit at this point. We have PJ Washington off the bench. We basically need a couple guards off the bench now. We can see some of the options that we do have here. It's nothing really too solid. I'm not seeing anything that I love. Could maybe bring in an Eric Gordon and Garrison Matthews. That's not bad at all, especially for two guys that really didn't think would have a ton of trade value. All right, let's go ahead and bring in Eric Gordon. He's pretty much only going to be here for a year, but honestly going to be a pretty good 6th, 7th man for me. Well, we do have Patrick Beverly who's coming off the bench for us as well. We have obviously to move on from Emmanuel quickly. And then we do have to trade, let's see, Kevin Knox right here. And then I think, yeah, Miles McBride and Archie Diacono, I'll trade them as well. That'll be our final move after this. I'm not really worried about Jericho Sims. Ooh, Tyrese Maxey. That's actually a really fun trade. You see, I'm a big fan of just acquiring as much talent as possible and then kind of figuring out maybe a little bit after, a little bit down the line, if you will. So welcome to the team, Tyrese Maxey. I'm going to start Cole Anthony, but Maxey will come off the bench. Beverly probably won't really play. I can't trade him. Once I trade for somebody, I have to have him for the first year. It's kind of the way I've always done this. But yeah, we're going to go ahead now. Miles McBride or Ryan Archiniak are going to be kind of my final moves here. I think I need a backup power forward. Again, does not really have to be anybody that good. Greg Brown's a 70. If it's just a little bit of a higher overall, I'd probably do it. How about if I throw in Jericho Sims? Nothing different. When did Danny Green come here? Was Lucas Samanic on this team? I don't know. How about if I include a second-round pick? Do I just get like a little bit of a higher overall power forward? That's really all I'm looking here. Chemsy Metu, whatever. Welcome to the squad. All right, I'm going to set the rotation. So it actually took me a while to figure out kind of the approach I wanted to go with this, and we have the rotation figured out here for the start of year number 1 in New York. We had a lot more point guards than I thought we did. We obviously have Patrick Beverly off the bench. We also have TJ McConnell off the bench, and we have Tyrese Maxey off the bench. What I did, Tyrese Maxey, 20 years old. His overall is not going to go up like an older 2Ks, but he's in the G League for year number 1, going to hopefully develop down there a little bit, and then we can move on from the other point guards in the offseason, and he can get into the rotation. Cole Anthony, Chris Duarte, who they only wanted playing 12 minutes. No, he's going to be starting for me. Miles Bridges, who they didn't even want to start. Interesting. Jonathan Isaac and Karl Anthony Towns going to be the starting 5 here for year number 1. Our bench unit, Patrick Beverly, PJ Washington, Eric Gordon, Garrison Matthews, and Chimsy Matthews playing a little bit. We do have McConnell down here. We do have Brickleberry, Danny Green down here, Damian Jones, Lucas Samanic, whatever. It's an okay team. I don't think we're going to be winning anything this year. As I mentioned down here, you can see right here, Tyrese Maxey, we sent him down to the G League and the Westchester Knicks. I'm hoping his, I don't even know what the G League fixes anymore. It used to bump them up a ton of overalls, which, don't get me wrong, was very helpful, but it didn't really make it so it was realistic. I actually don't know what the G League does. I'm hoping that it does something, but yeah, I will see you guys at the end of year number 1. Might not be the best year. So it was not the season that we were hoping for here to start off in New York. We finished as the 11th seed here in the Eastern Conference, number 22. Overall, in the power rankings, obviously, we're not in the playoffs, we're not in the play-in, we're not in anything except for the lottery. Giannis Antetokounmpo is your MVP. Cade Cunningham, Rookie of the Year. Andre Drummond. Giannis, these never change at all. This is funny. Ime Udoka winning a Coach of the Year. The Celtics being good. God, could it not be me. All right, standings-wise, we finished. Whoops. Whoa. Finished with a record of 36-46. That is not where I was kind of hoping to be. Player stats on the year. Karl Anthony Towns had a really solid year. Cole Anthony, Chris Duarte, Eric Gordon, Bridges, Washington, Isaac. So yeah, the team overall is not bad. I definitely do have a couple moves in mind that I'm looking to make this offseason. Obviously, we don't have to worry about the playoffs or anything like that, but there definitely needs to be a move or two made. That is 100% without a doubt going to happen. Jimmy Butler in the Miami Heat going to win the finals. Jimmy wins his first finals MVP. Congrats to you. First time being in the championship since the bubble. League meeting time, eliminate the goaltending rule. The fact that 26, I guess, CFOs, CEOs, whatever you want to call it, overvotes on that, put that through. Unbelievable to me. Draft lottery time. We are in the lottery. We're currently projected the 10th overall pick. Maybe we can get a little bit lucky. Let's see what happens. We end up with the 10th overall pick. We do not get too lucky. I definitely have probably something in mind to do with that pick. Oh, boy. Thibodeau. I'm going to keep him. I'm not saying that year was his fault. We basically just flipped his entire roster around. Post D coach, perimeter defense coach. All right, can I just, like, why does it not list the coaches in order? It should really do that. I'm not even playing with this. I don't even care about the coaching carousel in this game is actually insane. Coaching carousel, it's like the New York Giants. All right, let's head into the draft. We have the 10th overall pick. We also have the 19th overall pick via the Charlotte Hornets. That's probably from that Bridges trade. Let's see. We do have Tyrese Maxey, so he's an 81 overall. Is that his G League? No, it's not his G League stats. I wonder if, does it show me his G League stats anywhere? No, it doesn't. All right, but we definitely do have to make a move or two. I will see you guys with our first trade. The Orlando Magic have the 5th overall pick. That's right in the range of where I want to be. I got a couple guys in mind that I could take there. So we're going to offer them number 10. We're going to offer them number 19 and Eric Gordon for that number 5 overall pick. And they do agree to that. So we're going to sim to pick number 5 right here. I have a couple players in mind I would not mind taking. We want to look at the summary so far of his Holmgren, Jaden Hardy, Jalen Durant, and Kendall Brown. Jaden Hardy would have been cool. I was hoping he didn't go, but Jabari Smith Jr. is here. And in my opinion, I think he could be very good. And Jaden Ivey is here, though. Position-wise, I feel like Jaden Ivey makes the most sense. It's not a knock on Chris Duarte. I just don't know if long-term he's 100% going to start for me. I'd rather kind of have him off the bench. But Jabari Smith Jr. is here. We know he's an 80 overall. We know how good he is. I think he might be the pick. I honestly do. And it's nothing against Jonathan Isaac. I've just had Jonathan Isaac a lot, and I kind of know what to expect from him. With Jabari Smith Jr. on the board, it would be kind of dumb to kind of pass that up, especially after being in the lottery, kind of go best player. on the board. Jabari Smith Jr., 79 overall. Welcome to New York. Going to be my new starting power forward. Danny Green and all these guys are coming back. Actually, I think Jericho Sims is on this team. I'm just not even going to bring him back. But they're both going to get traded. And we're going to hopefully reload in a couple first-round picks here for both those guys right now. I do not want Chimsy Metsu anymore. I'd like to just move on from a lot of these guys and hopefully rebuild in the fantasy draft. Rebuild it through free agency. And then one more trade right here, right off the rip. That's going to be Danny Green, who God knows why he was on this team. Thank you, Chicago. It's actually a Portland Trailblazers pick. All right, qualifying offers. Bridges is going to get it. Lucas Amonic, unfortunately, is not going to get it. We head into free agency, where I don't believe we should have a lot of money. We have around $27 million right now. Obviously, if I go ahead and maybe move on from Jonathan Isaac, that would clear probably, what is he making, like $17 million right now? Whoops, wrong button. I believe he's around there. I believe he's around, yeah, he's around $17.5 million bucks. So I could clear up money. That's 100% a possibility if I want to go out and sign a big free agent. If I do, that kind of probably leaves me in a place where I'm going to have to let Bridges go. If I'm going to sign a big free agent, I don't really know which of these guys I want to sign. I mean, Bradley Beal would be a huge slam dunk home run for this team. Same could go with Zach LaVine, who does have an offer from the Spurs. Looks like he likes a lot. Bradley Beal doesn't have a real offer right now. So if we want Bradley Beal, he's basically ours for the taking. We just have to clear up, what is that, $10 million bucks, $9.5 million. So I think I'm going to pull the trigger on it because ultimately, end of the day here, I really don't think Jonathan Isaac has a spot on this team anymore. And it's nothing against Jonathan Isaac. I just really want to maximize the potential of Jabari Smith Jr. not having him come off the bench. So what we're going to do here is maybe jump him. I don't want to dump him for Zaire Williams. That's the thing. I want a good player for him, but I don't want to take back any money, which is not an easy thing to do. Michael Porter Jr. I do trade for quite a bit. Honestly, I might just do this deal here. It's an unprotected pick from Detroit next year. I think I'm going to pull the trigger on that. We also got Kendrick Williams, who's not going to be on this team. I'm also going to move on from TJ McConnell. That's going to save us $8 million alone. And then we're kind of in a really good spot right now, honestly. We really are. A lot better of a spot than I honestly thought we were going to be with the way this team was kind of constructed, if you will, when we kind of first started off this rebuild after all the trades in year number one. So Williams is going to go now. We're just going to take a first-round pick from Memphis here. We enter free agency where, I mean, do I want to bid on a Kyrie Irving? I don't really know. I mean, technically we're in New York, but you don't have to be vaccinated in this game, so that's not really a huge deal. I don't really know. All right, we could also maybe go after a James Harden, who I just really think does regress quite a bit in this game. So I think Bradley Beal is going to be my guy, honestly. I really do. I mean, I might put an offer in on Zach LaVine. It would kind of probably be pretty dumb not to. Wow, would I prefer Zach LaVine or would I prefer Bradley Beal? Let me look at the years they're coming off. 28 points a game versus 32 points a game. Obviously, points isn't everything. There's a whole bunch of other different categories I'd like to break down. But 27 versus 29. I am intrigued about Zach LaVine, and honestly, I think I'm going to take him. I really do. And I hopefully can keep Bridges at this point. Zach LaVine, welcome to the squad. I can let the rest of these guys go right now, and honestly, I can bring back Miles Bridges as well. I'm just going to hope, okay, he has some offers. So what I'm going to do is max him out right now, and then I'm not going to let him walk. Obviously, I can't accept this yet. Bridges do not renounce the rights on. And then one final day right here, I'm going to have to give him a contract. I'm just going to max him out. I'm not actually going to max him out. Bridges, Zach LaVine, welcome to New York. I know Bradley Beal. We were going to go with him, but we're going to go with Zach LaVine, who's been having an unbelievable season so far in real life. Bridges is not accepting an offer from anywhere. I guess he kind of wants to come back. That's probably the name of the game. I'll give him $21.5 million. Welcome back to New York, Miles Bridges. Okay, he's not 100% a long-term answer either. What we do have going for us right now is I think we have a really good constructed team. We probably are going to go ahead and sign a new backup power forward or center. I can move P.J. Washington to the power forward spot pretty easily. And I'm actually really happy with the way this team's kind of worked out right now. I really am. I don't really know about Enes Freedom. Not a fucking shot. Cody Zeller is going to be my guy. I'm going to sign Cody Zeller on a 2-year, $8 million deal. And welcome to the team, Cody Zeller. It's actually $16 million. My bad. What I'm going to do right now is go ahead and move down P.J. Washington to the backup power forward spot. And we got a 10-man rotation. I'm going to go with 10-man again. I think that's probably the name of the game right now. I know hypothetically maybe LaVine or Towns doesn't 100% need a backup, but we're just going to go with it. Obviously, it's fun also to have LaVine and Towns playing again together. But yeah, that is it for now. I will see you guys at the start of year number 2 here in New York. I think this roster's improved a ton. We've arrived now at the start of year number 2 for us here in New York. We had to make a tough decision. Do I want to start Cole Anthony? Do I want to start Tyrese Maxey? The game wanted me to start Tyrese Maxey. I'm going to give the nod to Cole Anthony. He played well for us last year as our starting point guard. There's no reason not to start him. Tyrese Maxey will be our 6th man, though, getting 22 minutes tonight. It's going to be Cole Anthony, Zach LaVine, Miles Bridges, Jabari Smith Jr., our number, 5 overall pick, correct? Yep. And Karl Anthony Towns for the starting 5 here for year number 2. Tyrese Maxey, Chris Duarte, P.J. Washington, Cody Zeller, and Garrison Matthews is going to be our bench unit here for year number 2. It's actually a really solid bench overall. This team was not in the playoffs last year. We were an 11 seed. I would like to be a lot higher than that this year, hopefully maybe a top 4 spot. Might be a little bit of high hopes, though. I'll see you guys at the end of year number 2. Second season comes to an end here in New York. We finish it up as a 2 seed in the Eastern Conference. Much better than our 11 seed last year. We're number 1 overall in the power rankings. That's pretty cool to see. Nikola Jokic, your MVP. Chet Holmgren, Rookie of the Year. Would have been cool if Jabari Smith Jr. could have got it. Can't have everything, though. Jalen Duran, 6th man. Jonathan Isaac, our old friend, has moved on to Oklahoma City, and he is your Defensive Player of the Year. Alperen Sengun, most improved, looking like a steal from the 2021 draft. What was his pick overall? He was the 16th pick. All right, maybe not a huge steal, but you know what I'm saying. Nate McMillan, 49 and 33, Coach of the Year. Interesting. Cool. I guess. I don't know why Nate McMillan's the Coach of the Year, but congrats. All right, stats on the year. Zach LaVine doing his thing. Karl-Anthony Towns, Jabari Smith Jr., tremendous rookie campaign. Cole Anthony, Chris Duarte, Tyrese Maxey, similar production from those two. Bridges, PJ Washington, Zeller, Garrison Matthews down there. So, you know, between Maxey and Anthony, it's really not a huge difference overall. I'm honestly happy having both of them in this rotation, happy having both of them in this lineup, if you will, but it's really, there's not a really of a decision made either way. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of the similar output, if you will. We got the Charlotte Hornets here in round number 1. LaMelo, Terry Rozier, Hayward, Al Horford made his way over there. Interesting. Mitchell Robinson, we traded him there. Kelly Oubre, Cody Martin. Son of a bitch, that's a really good 7 seed. All right, we're 1-1 with them right now. We go down 2-1. We go down 3-1. I don't know why we're losing to 7 seeds right now. I really don't. That's not what we're looking for. At least we can say we lost to the NBA champions. And LaMelo Ball is a cheat code in this game. Him and Zion are both the 2 hype beasts, if you will. Of course, they had to play each other in the finals. But did I think we were winning the championship that year? Probably not. Did I think we would get past round 1? Definitely. So we are not done making moves. That's, oh, wow. That Chicago pick is, I do not know if it's protected or not. But that Detroit pick's unprotected. I don't know what that Dallas or Portland pick is. Let's sim and let's see what happens. We have 6. We have 9. Nice. We have 13. We have 14. Not bad. Could help us make a trade. Staff signing. I think I'm done with the Tom Thibodeau experience. I'm going to move on. Frank Vogel is here. Steve Nash is here. Johnny Bryant. Jeff Hornacek. Do I want Vogel? Vogel actually has some pretty good ratings. I'll actually sign. I don't love Frank Vogel, but he actually has some pretty decent ratings in this game. So welcome to New York. All right, cool. We are up to the NBA draft. As I mentioned, we have quite a few first-round picks. We have 5 of them this year, along with 2 second-round picks. We're in the market to make a move. I'm not saying it's Bridges that I'm going to trade, but I mean, looking at his numbers and looking at the money he's making, I think we can get a lot better value. A little bit of a better bang for our buck, if you will. I will see you guys with the trade. I'm going to try to get OG Anunoby here from the Toronto Raptors. Miles Bridges was a fun experiment. We obviously brought him back on a contract. We weren't just going to let him go for nothing. OG Anunoby is going to be a huge upgrade defensively. I think that's a huge part for this team. That definitely does need to happen. So, let's see. They won our first-round pick from Detroit this year. What number was that? It's not 6 or 9. So, and we get an unprotected Toronto pick in 2024. OG Anunoby, welcome to the team. I'm comfortable with that addition. You know, I really think I maybe could have gone after somebody maybe a little bit better. But, you know, guys like Brandon Ingram, Jaylen Brown, Michael Porter Jr., I do get quite a bit. So I kind of do like to switch it up. But OG Anunoby's an upgrade in my opinion. And welcome to the squad. So we do have a couple draft picks just sitting here. I don't really know what I want to do with them. You know, if I look at the guys that are available right now for me, I'm not going to trade any of these 4. So Cody Zeller, maybe. But, like, what are my options here? I can get Wendell Carter Jr. in pick 10. That would be a huge upgrade to the bench. All right, screw it. Let's do it. Wendell Carter Jr., welcome to the squad. I mean, we're just getting some guys here. They're going to step in and contribute in a big way. And now what I'm going to do is just trade these picks because I really don't need them. It would be cool to have all these draft picks. I'm in the final year of a rebuild, and that has not gone according to plan. So let's go ahead and hopefully just get a couple picks for these. I'll take future picks from, I don't know, these are all good teams. The Orlando Magic, they're not a good team. Let's head up to team player options right now, see what we got for us. All 4 of these guys can come back. That's beautiful qualifying offers. PJ Washington, I would like to bring back, but I don't really know. Because we do have Wendell Carter Jr. now. We enter a free agency class where it would have been cool to maybe go after Nikola Jokic. Obviously, we are strapped for cash right now. We really do not have much. Actually, that's the wrong phrase. We don't have any money. But PJ Washington, I'm going to re-sign to an actual contract because I might end up trading him. Because the way this team's kind of panned out right now, honestly, it's not the best it could be, but it's definitely not the worst. I think I'm still going to probably go ahead and start Jabari Smith Jr. I think. I'm not 100% on that one. But other than that, it's a really overall good squad. What I might do is try to make an upgrade at the point guard department. So what I'm going to do is now sim. We're not going to go ahead and let PJ Washington just go. We're going to bring him back on a contract. And then what we're probably going to go ahead and do, pay him a decent amount of money where I can kind of maybe match it up a little bit with some of these bigger contracts in the league. and then go ahead and probably include him in a trade. All right, I'll see you guys with the move. We are going to offer the Cleveland Cavaliers quite a bit here for Darius Garland. He's coming off a year of 25 points, 2.5 boards, almost 8 assists. He would be a huge candidate on this team to start and to be hopefully leading us to a championship at that point guard spot. They want 3 first-round picks. You can have them. It only takes 2. Darius Garland, officially the newest member of the New York Knicks, him and Tyrese Maxey. I decided to hang on to Tyrese Maxey. Going to be my 2 point guards on this roster. So, I have to decide if I want to do a 9 or 10-man rotation. If I'm going to do a 9-man rotation, it's probably going to be without Zach LaVine having a backup, which means Chris Duarte is probably gone. I'm probably going to stick to a 10, though. I really feel like that's probably the best way to do this right now. I do not have a ton of free agents here that I really would love to sign. I think Dario Saric would actually be a really good free agent signing. He's only 29 years old. Welcome to the team. And then if I move Duarte to the small forwards, well, I know he's only 6'5", but what does his overall do? He goes up to an 81. All right, LaVine's not going to have a backup. It's going to be a 9-man rotation for the final year. I will see you guys at the start of the 3rd and final season. Start of the 3rd and final year for us here in New York. We've made a couple changes to the starting 5. Darius Garland has gone ahead. He's our new starting point guard. We have Zach LaVine still, OG Anunoby. I gave the nod to Wendell Carter Jr. Now I'm doing this because this is the final year and the game kind of wants him in there. If the game didn't want him in there, if they wanted Jabari Smith Jr. in there, he'd be starting. Overall-wise, he's obviously a little bit higher than Jabari Smith Jr., but Jabari Smith Jr. is still getting plenty of minutes. Then Karl-Anthony Towns is going to be our starting center. First guy we traded for, kind of the foundation of this team, not going anywhere. Tyrese Maxey will be our 6th man, Chris Duarte, Jabari Smith Jr., and Dario Saric. Really, really solid bench. Probably one of the best ones I've had so far in 2K22. I will see you guys at the end of the 3rd and final year. 3rd and final year comes to an end. We are once again a 2 seed here in the Eastern Conference. We're number 3 in the power rankings. LaMelo Ball won a Finals MVP last year, wins a regular season MVP this year. Victor Wembanyama, your Rookie of the Year, is in San Antonio. Ty Washington, still the best name I've ever heard. 6th man in Toronto. Jonathan Isaac, Ty Washington, also most improved. Dwayne Casey. Funny, Coach of the Year. Maybe he'll get fired again. All right, let's go ahead and look at the standings. We finished with a record of 57-25. It's not bad. I would have liked to have been maybe 60-plus games, but obviously that's not an easy task to accomplish. Zach LaVine, Darius Garland, Karl-Anthony Towns, Tyrese Maxey, Wendell Carter Jr., OG Anunoby, Chris Duarte, Jabari Smith Jr., Dario Saric. Looks like Damian Lee's down there as well. Rebounds was Wendell Carter Jr., and assist was Darius Garland. All right, let's sim the play-in. Hopefully we're not losing again in the first round. We got the Toronto Raptors here. Fred VanVleet, all-star. Gary Trent Jr., Miles Bridges, our old friend Scotty Barnes, Preston Siakam's on the bench now. They have Ty Washington, most improved, and 6th man of the year. And here we go again. All right, let's go. Seriously? We're 2-2 right now with them. We're going to Game 7. I would like not to lose in the first round again. Thank you. This 2 seed, a 57-win team, it does not lose. The Celtics are really good in this game. They're not really good in real life. I'm hoping they can kind of reciprocate their real-life talent right now rather than in the game. We're down 2-0. I swear to God, I'm cursed in this game some days, man. We've won 3 straight, and we're going to the East Finals, taking on the 5-seeded Philadelphia 76ers. Brickleberry, Simmons, Emmanuel Quickly, Matisse Thybulle, Tobias Harris, and Joel Embiid. Dude, I saw the reports there. They're going to try to tag along, I guess is the right word, maybe add on Tobias Harris's contract along with a Ben Simmons trade. I want to explain something right now just from my point of view. First of all, Tobias Harris is making how much money? Let's check this. Like what, $38 million, $39 million? And it's probably, it's probably a little backloaded or whatever. You're going to tag that on with Ben Simmons' price tag already. So you're trying to trade $70 million of Tobias Harris, who's been not like a shell of his former self this year, and Ben Simmons, the mental head case that gets paid $30 million and has crisis issues because Kendall Jenner broke up with him. I mean, seriously, what are we doing? What are we doing here? Good Lord. That's not going to happen. I can tell you that right now. All right, let's go game by game with them right now. They might shut me the hell up and beat me. We're down 3-1. 3-2, and we do get eliminated. My point still stands. We don't get a championship today. Joel Embiid, arguably the best center in the league now. Finals MVP, we're not getting into that. Let me know. Do you guys prefer that I choose the trades, or do you guys prefer that I do it random? I don't have a problem with doing it either way. It's probably a little bit faster if I just close my eyes and do it. But again, totally up to you guys. Let me know down below in the comment section. That wraps this one up. If you guys have any other challenges, feel free to leave those down below in the comment section. Other than that, thank you guys for watching. Couldn't get a championship in this one. A little bit unfortunate. I thought this team had the talent. It certainly looks like it did, but fell a little bit short. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys. See you guys all in the next one.